Hi, my name's Jordan Myers, and today we are going to talk about creating culturally responsive learning environments. So, in order to create a culturally responsive learning environment, you have to know what a culturally responsive teaching method would be, and that just means that you're including students' cultural references in all aspects of learning. So, an environment that is culturally responsive should also reflect the cultures of the learners. The first strategy is when creating a lesson plan to think of it like you're planning a dinner party. Donna Ford suggested these few questions here that you might ask yourself when planning a dinner party that you could also ask yourself when planning a lesson. Things such as, do my guests have any religious preferences that I will have to consider when preparing my meal, is something along the lines of, do my students have religious or cultural preferences that will require some additional sensitivity or instruction when I try and teach this lesson? There are multiple questions that are similar that you would ask yourself when planning a dinner party that are important to ask when planning a lesson so that you make sure that your lesson is responsive to those who are going to be consuming the information you're feeding them. The second strategy is the growth mindset. We know that it's important in a culturally responsive classroom to maintain high standards for all students, and the growth mindset is a great opportunity to do that. The growth mindset helps students understand that it's okay to be challenged, as many culturally diverse students are when trying to learn in a mainstream school. It helps them understand that challenges are able to help them grow, and that feedback is constructive. It helps to support them socially and emotionally, excuse me, so that they are able to be successful in a mainstream classroom. These mainstream classrooms can be more culturally responsive by establishing these mindsets in their students. Another strategy is code switching. So code switching would be switching between the dialect of the home or of the culture that they are immersed in when they are not at school and standard English. So it's important when creating a culturally responsive classroom to make sure that you allow some code switching throughout the day. We code switch every day as adults, so we expect our students to do the same. Give them opportunities to converse comfortably without the confines of standard English, but also allow them opportunities to learn standard English so that they can apply it when they are given different situations and scenarios, such as written assignments. Strategy number 4 would be interdisciplinary units. So one way to draw connections between students' home cultures and the units that they're learning is to make those units interdisciplinary. Relate things like microbiology to certain picture books that might draw in other cultures and make the learning more relevant for students. It allows them to make those connections that are super important so that not only are they engaged in learning, but they also see the importance of the learning to them in their specific situations. And finally, it's important to be critically self-reflective. Before you can be culturally responsive, you have to know how your cultures affect the way that you teach. There are many self-assessments out there, such as some created by Bromley. You can simply Google them and take them. And then there are many ways that you can analyze your results to help instruct your teaching. It's important to know how your culture affects both your expectations and your interactions with students so that you can be culturally responsive as well. These are my references, and thank you for your time.